This is Amy Mason with the National Latin Exam, here to tell you about some of the resources available to participants and teachers. The bit.ly link and the QR code will both take you to the same place, our Linktree page. Here you will see a wide variety of resources. So whether you need some plans or a Culture Friday or just want some ideas, this is a good help. Up top are usually some of the most recent resources. So right now, that's some pre-assessments that you can copy to assign, as well as a Google sheet of past questions organized by category. That's not quite complete, but still useful. You can also see some other quick links like our teacher Facebook group, Instagram, previous exams, practice app, etc. Down below are the resources by category. I'll just point out a few items. If you've never used Madeline Wayner's Weekly Roman History on YouTube, definitely check it out. She has a series of 22 videos starting with the Trojan War and ending with the fall of Rome. She can tell a good story full of historical detail and humor. Bonus for a classroom is that she's very cognizant of her audience and will give warnings for potentially upsetting topics. I've made ed puzzles for most of them, which are posted here. The grammar section has a lot of practice with particular construction, so if you ever wanted a game with 61 dative uses, have at it. Down at the bottom are some more generalized resources, things like bell work, a digital study guide, and award cutoff scores. So please bookmark this page and come back when you need a fresh resource. One of the at the top resources is a Quizzes game over questions featured on Instagram last year. Quizzes is great for question variety, redemptions, and feedback. You can share this link right with students and they can review with memes. If you have your own premium account, you could also make a copy so that you could see what their work is. Otherwise, just give it to them for fun. Speaking of Instagram, please follow us and, if allowed, share with students. Our very original handle is at National Latin Exam. Most of the posts are taking old questions and finding a comic or meme to reinforce the content. I'll also occasionally share something from other classics creators. As the year progresses, the post will increase to help review. If you can't directly share social media, you can always download the post. I also have on the link tree all of last year's post as a PDF, so that would be a social media free solution. As I mentioned before, there is a Facebook group. Original name here is NLE Outreach. While Instagram is totally public and open to students and teachers alike, the Facebook group is just for educators. Throughout the year, people post materials directly tied to the exam. As spring approaches, it's very busy with how do I use Linko and who do I contact to get another exam in? Did anyone else get their awards yet? So please definitely join this community if you are a teacher or a homeschool parent that gives the National Latin Exam. As results come in, people also post tons of pictures celebrating their student success, which is something all of us love seeing, so bragging, very much encouraged. Back to the resources. One I assume most of you are familiar with is the quiz app, which was updated just a couple years ago. Students can set to their level of Latin, how many questions, and even what sort of questions. The answer feedback is instant and it also provides a sum up at the end. This is great for when you just have a few awkward minutes left of class. A resource that a lot of people enjoyed last year were the maps. The NLE has so many clear maps that I was always using for assessments. The problem was I would go through 3 different levels for 15 years to locate that one I knew indicated the Atlas Mountains. So on the link tree, you'll find NLE maps, which has them all sorted by year and level, which makes for much easier hunting. A recent creation was a set of pre-assessments for 3 different levels: beginning Latin, intermediate reading comprehension, the old level 3, and advanced poetry, all on the top of Linktree. Selfishly, those are the 3 tests I'm giving this year. If any of you have to do any sort of formal data collection and goal setting, these forms should do the trick. They are also good for more informally gauging where students are at or just independent review. I took the syllabi and pulled out the different grammar topics. For each one, I found a correlating question, for the most part. If nothing existed since 2012, I found other samples and made my own multiple choice questions. For the writing committee, relative clause characteristic has not been a thing, and substantive adjectives are sorely lacking. The pre assessment is cumulative, so my juniors doing advanced poetry have to show that they can still do a predicate adjective. It's broken into sections so they can see where one level ends. Once they submit, they get not only a score, but feedback with the name of the tested construct. I set up notes for myself already so students can mark off that they'll need to review passive paraphrastics and remember that memory takes genitive objects. Another thing I've spent a lot of time on as a teacher is looking for NLE questions to cover whatever we're doing in class. Historically, that has involved me straining my eyes to find some good diminutives or literary devices. Obviously, not efficient. So, as part of those pre assessments, I've been categorizing old NLE questions. You can see the tab names down below, color coded to the type of question, language, culture stuff, and vocabulary. Each sheet has the question, correct answer in a set column so you can easily export to sites like GimKit, tag like political offices or date of agent. It also has the level. This should leave you able to sort in a myriad of ways to get what you need. I'm currently back to 2014, so hopefully that will be done before September. Again, you can find it on the link tree. This digital notebook on Canva is another way for your students to review independently. Throughout are hyperlinks where they can learn more. It also includes a lot of visuals. It's not so much for filling out as it is for exploration. Of course, sites get blocked by schools and links can get taken down, but hopefully it's still useful. It also will give all the things that students should be studying for each of the particular levels. Practice makes perfect, and to practice the NLE every day, you can do what many teachers do and have old questions be your daily warm up. On the link tree near the bottom, you can find a beginning and what I call intermediate plus pair deck set. Following each question slide is some sort of reinforcement or explanation. There are so many more resources to explore. You can also look under the conferences header to see ideas presented by NLE members over the last few years. If you find dead links, you will, or expired games, definitely will, please just send me an email and I'll get it fixed. Bonum Fortunam in 2024.